Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to talk about direct proportion, nonlinear. Now, we need to understand the difference between linear and nonlinear relation. Linear means a straight line and the powers are power of 1. Nonlinear means the powers are not power of 1. This means it can be squared, it can be cubic, whatever power they give us in the question. This is the meaning of nonlinear relationship. And then the graph will be like this, a non-straight line that has a relation or shows the relation between two variables or two different things on the x-axis and the y-axis. Now, let's take a look at some examples of nonlinear. For example, here we can express the relations of the equation or as equations here. First, let's take a look at some of the examples and I'll show you how to express them. For example, here, y is directly proportional to x squared. As we said before, the first letter should be written first here. And then here, directly proportional means this sign, and then x squared, so x squared. And then we remove the sign of the direct proportion and we put equal x, equal k, equal k. Same idea here. M varies directly. Varies directly and directly proportional is the same. So M varies directly with the cube of n. This means the n is cubed or n power of 3. Same idea. M directly proportional to n cubed. We remove the directly proportional sign and then we put equals k and then we put the n cubed here. Same here. S is directly proportional to the square root of t. So this means t square rooted like this. And then we remove the directly proportional sign and we put equals k. Same idea. V squared varies as the cube of w. So v will be squared directly proportional to w cubed. So w cubed. And then we remove the sign of the direct proportion and we put equals k. Same idea. And then we use the formula that we created to answer the rest of the questions. Now, here, they're explaining the same idea here. If y is proportional to x squared, then y direct proportion to x squared. And then we remove the sign and we put equals k. And the k is the constant of proportionality. Same idea here, x cubed, so x cubed. Here, square root of x, square root of x. And with the same steps, we remove the direct proportion sign and we put equals k. And then we use the formula to answer the question. So we use it to find the k first, and then we create the formula using the value of k, and then we use it to answer the rest of the questions. Now let me show you a question related to the nonlinear direct proportion, and we will answer it together. Question 1 here. Y is directly proportional to the square of x. If y equals 100 when x is 5, find the formula for y in terms of x, and then y when x equals 6, and then x when y equals 64. Now, as we said, we're going to use the same steps. First of all, we're going to find the formula. And finding the formula, first we have to write the relation that we have in the question. Y directly proportional to the square of x. This means x squared. So we're going to write it here. Y directly proportional to x power of 2 or x squared. And this is what the question said. Now we write the direct proportional sign like this. So y directly proportional. Let me make it red so we can see it. Yes. So y is directly proportional to x squared or the square of x. And this is the meaning of square of x. And then we have to remove this sign and put equals k. This means y equals k multiplied by x power of 2. So this means here y direct proportional to x squared. Now we have the first formula. Now we're going to use the values that we have in the question to find k. the constant of proportionality. We know that y is 100. This means we write 100 here equals, and then k. And then we know that x is 5, so we put it in a square of bracket like this. So it's going to be 5. And we already know it's squared, so it's going to be 5 squared like this. Okay. Now we continue solving the question by making k the subject. This means here we have 100 equals k, and 5 squared equals 25. Now we want to make k the subject, and we're going to do this by dividing by, very good, dividing by 25. So divide 25 here, divide by 25 here. So here by 25, and here by 25. Now 25 over 25 will cancel each other, like this. And then 100 divided 25 will equal 4. This means the k equals 4, like this. Now we found the value of the constant. We're going to take it back here and put it instead of this k. And by doing that, we will have our formula. So y will equal, we know that the k is 4 now. This means 4 multiplied by x power of 2, or k 4x squared. And this is the formula that they need for the question. So y equals 4x squared, and this is the answer of question A. Now we're going to use the formula to answer B and C. First, we know that x equals 6 in B. This means we're going to take the 6, substitute it here, and then find the value of y. So let's do it together here. So for question B, here, we know that the formula y equals 4x power of 2. So let's write it here. Now we know that x is 6. This means I'm going to put 6 here. So y will equal 4 bracket 6 close bracket and then square the 6 like this. As we said, we have to follow the whole steps. Now here, when we have a question like this, we can use the calculator to solve it. Like this, y equals, or we can do it step by step. Now we know in BIDMAS, we must do what's inside the brackets first. Now what's inside the brackets is done because it's 6 inside only. And then BI, I means indices. Indices means powers. So 6 squared means 36. So 4 multiplied by 36, like this. 4 multiplied by 36. And this will give me the value of y. So 4 times 36, you can use a calculator here, times 4 equals 144. So the first one, we already found y. So y will equal 144. And this is for the value of y here, 144. Now, let's use the same formula to answer question C. Now, for question C, we know the value of y. And we know the formula that we're going to use. So let's answer it here. See? The formula is y equals 4x squared, or 4x power of 2. Okay. Now, we know the value of y, which is 64. This means I'm going to put it over here. So this means that 64 will equal 4 multiplied by x power of 2, like this. 4 multiplied by x power of 2. Now I'm going to make x the subject. Now I have 4 multiplied by the x squared. This means I have to take it to the other side or get rid of it. So I'm going to divide by 4 here and divide by 4 here. So divide both sides by 4 to remove the 4. The two 4's on top of each other will cancel each other like this. And then 64 divide 4 will be, very good, 16. Very good. So here we will have 16 on this side equals x power of 2, like this. Now, this x squared, I need to get rid of the square. And I'm going to do this by doing the opposite of squaring, which is what? Very good, square rooting. So I'm going to square root this side like this. And at the same time, I'm going to square root this side like this. The square root will remove the square, and I'll end up with x like this. And then square root of 16 equals, very good, 4. So square root of 16 is 4. This means the value of x that makes y 64 is 4. And this is how you answer a question like this. Focus on the steps of proportionality and how to remove this and make it equal k, and then how to find the k and create your formula, and then use the formula to answer questions under the first question. And this is how you answer a question like this. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.